So, do you have a lot on your mind right now? Welcome to Garry's Unemployed. My name, of course, is Garry, and this is Terrible Life Advice. Do you remember the last time that you could just go into the shops and have some small talk about something trivial like the weather or going to the doctors? Of course you don't, because we have a global pandemic and people don't believe in climate change. So what can you have small talk about? Well, I'm going to tell you in 5 simple steps. Let's go. Ask questions that show interest in the other person, because let's be honest, when was the last time that you used the sentence "how are you" as anything else but a conversational piece of decoration? Ask interesting questions. Something like, have you ever participated in a large-scale money laundering scheme? How often do you think that Ross Geller has been divorced by now? If you had cancer, would you start a big math empire? I don't know, it's questions that engage the character. Sprinkle in some generic phrases, because there are a whole number of sentences without which a conversation cannot be labeled classic small talk. So say something like, "I've heard that somewhere, yeah," or "yeah, things have to change at one point." Or if you're really skillful, try to have a conversation only by using generic phrases, and if you are really bored, then you can do what I did and just start using book titles as references in a conversation without the other person noticing, because, well, that is the life of someone who studied literature. Time just passes quicker every year, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like we are in a search of lost time or something. Yeah, it's the social media and stuff. It all happens so fast these days. Yeah, the social network, it's like all prejudice and no pride, am I right? And the comments? Yeah, it's a divine comedy. Yeah, but when you try to answer those people... You're right. Call me Sisyphus, because in 100 years of solitude would I not have thought that my great expectations that I had when I went onto Twitter would be crushed so immediately. But here I am, just fighting windmills all day. But that's what I do, isn't it? This is the brave new world in which the Lord of the Flies can just start the trial of the stranger by the idiot. This is the paradise lost, isn't it? The Odyssey through the metamorphosis of the good soldier and his confederacy of dunces into Slaughterhouse 5, feeding off the flowers of evil till they become a man without qualities. What infinite jest this internet is, isn't it? Let's be honest, there are only so many conversations you can have about the average annual rainfall in Madagascar. But if you want to have a good conversation, you're gonna have to pick an interesting topic, something that engages a conversation. Or if you want to play it safe, well, you could just state general facts that will also help, or just point to objects and describe them. That is something I learned from New Girl. Yeah, I think the Earth is a planet. Yeah, and yet science is trying to make us believe it's flat. Oh, fucking hell. So tell me, what is it like to be an ornithologist? Give the conversation something, because, well, nothing kills a conversation more than just a one-syllable reply. So if someone asks you a simple question, reply by telling them a whole long story. That is how small talk is done. Garry, can I ask you something? How did this start? That's a good question. Kids, I'm gonna tell you the story of how I became the man I had to become in order to find out what man I really wanted to become, which I couldn't be without being the man I really was. Which is funny, because the man I really was, I was only in the place in which I once lost an umbrella, which...